Okay, wow. Okay, so I'm gonna tune in. Feel free to do the same, or you can leave it behind. I've got a load of messages that came in past week, and yesterday I was really pulled. My leg was pulled, and my hand was pulled, and my throat actually, I almost choked. And this is usually a sign for me that I should step out and really talk it out. I think most of the starseeds or light workers who are having a clean channel, who are channelers, actually having that physical, the physical symptom of like a choking. Like I have that, and I have as well my third eye is pulsing constantly. It's like that kind of device. That's what it is actually, anyway. It's a telepathic device, anyway. So I got a load of visions today morning, which just blew my mind as well. And I got a lot of visions like past a month, and I should really be doing this. So I bring the guides on. So I'm gonna little bit tune in. I'm gonna a little bit raise my vibration. It's easier to transmit the information that will come through. So feel free to do the same or just leave it. Okay, it's from Kundalini Yoga. I use just a little, like a practice that is tuning actually in. Oh wow! Oh, the candle is doing some dance in here. Beautiful. It's from the Kundalini Yoga, and it's you bow to your inner wisdom, and it's an amazing way how to connect with your intuition and open up the channel so you can use it. And the mantra is Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Not the bad. I'm having really sore throat, and the Schumann resonance is having quite funny loops these days. So I'm having a little bit of a problem with the breath, like it's just sitting on my chest. I'm really sensitive to all the energies, which are like I can read the energies, like when Schumann resonance change, I hear it. I hear the frequency, and I hear it. I feel it in my body. Like the channel is clean, relatively. So let's tune in. And my guys already know the routine, so they already here anyway. So you might see the orbs flying around, and it's gonna be a really good transmission of the energy. They know that I'm doing it. So I do this mantra all the time. It's very simple. You do it 3 times, and you have to be consistent. So you just watch me, and you can use it for your own tuning in and communicating with your own guides. So let's close the eyes. I'm just closing. You don't have to do saying the mantra. You just can listen. And just close your eyes. Put your palms together like this on your heart. The fingers are like that. You're pressing in the bone. Okay. Gurudev Namo. Guru Dev Namo. It's a simple mantra, but what it does to you, it creates it vibrates inside of your body. It's in all of the chakras. Until now you practically create vibration and you really tune in, and I really like this. It's very simple, it's not very strong though. I had a different type of mantras which are way better in the raising the vibration. You can really simply raise your vibration by using the mantras, because they are I would say the best thing is the breath work and the mantras, and that's how I raise my vibration most of the time. But I do Kriya yoga and I had a Kundalini awakening, so I've got certain practices that I keep. But it's a really great way how to expand your energy field, and because when you communicate, let's say I worked mostly with Arcturians and Council of 12 and Lyrians and Andromedans, and that's a really high frequency, and you have to meet them halfway. So you cannot just wait when they pop in. So you meet them halfway. You have to be willing to raise your own vibration to have the experience with the higher dimensional beings. And my way of doing it is, apart from doing a lot of yoga, which I did last year, actually before, like 6 months ago, I had to stop because of the shift. It was so intense, so my body really was just crying out loud, so I needed rest. So I had to develop a different type of ways, but I always kept the mantras because I like the vibration inside of the body. You might notice there are a couple of like channelers. They use certain like light language. They like and they do all this kind of like a noise to create a vibration in the body, which is like opening up all the channels, and they make it way easier for you to communicate with the guides, especially with the higher dimensional beings. So yeah, this is it. You can use it. I use it a lot. I always feel, every single cell in your body will practically vibrate on that frequency. And if your third eye is open, if you really are like using it, then this one gonna help you a little bit more to make it clearer. Let's say I receive all the visions or all the messages I receive the best after certain practice, after like I go to the vortex, I do some breath work, but it's not necessary from the start. I would say like unless you are doing it from like little, when you were little, like from the childhood, then you probably won't have the channel so clean, you be clogged. So this is a great way how to do it. This is I think the mantras and like the traditional yoga, which contains all the pranayamas and the breath work. That's the breath work, and then the mantras. But not all, I have a lot of different type of yoga practices, but all of them do different type of things. So yeah, I'm kind of in a stage when I a little bit experiment with it, what is the best practice to use to connect with the higher realms. But I don't really need to do that. I just close my eyes and I call them in, and they're in. I don't really need to do it anymore. But I did it for 3 years, so it became a part of my structure. So practically, what you do, if you do, that's like all these 48 days when you're practicing certain sadhana in yoga, then that is creating a geometry in your hologram, and then you just plug in, you do it once and it works for you. It's like it becomes a part of you, it becomes a part of your structure. All right, the dogs stops barking. We're gonna have a look a little bit on what we did last year. Was I heard this girl talking about it, and I think she used a really good metaphor for it, and she said that the last, oh God, the deaf. We're always guided, guys. Oh, I like that. She used the metaphor of that the last year was a masterclass. And I was thinking first, really? Was it a masterclass? I was thinking like, that wasn't really a masterclass. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, that's actually, she was right. Because now we just like sort of fine tuning. And then last year I was doing a video when I was reflecting. I think I didn't post it. I'm gonna post it. I think it's a good one anyway to put it out there. I was reflecting on 2020 and my biggest lessons. And I was guided to do that, and I know that the guides they always wanted me to tell you to, I actually pulled a card, they always wanted me to, I don't know if you can see it, it says feel loved and proud, and they wanted me to tell you to pat yourself on the back for what have you done so far, because I think 2020 was really intense and was it stripped us off. It was a good one. But now we are in much better space energetically. The earth is holding better vibration, it's holding higher vibration, we are quite supported, but you might notice that maybe past month or so, you are repeating something from the past, like you are repeating accidents, physical accidents, like all the ailments. I'm just looking on the deaf. It's amazing. I don't see them much. So let's say I fall up on the stairs, I hit my spine, and I had to stop doing yoga completely, and then the week afterwards, I was going through the garage, taking some turf for the fireplace, and it all fell, and I was trying to catch it, and I hurt my index finger. And all of the accidents, what it did to me, I stopped because it felt like something I experienced 15 years ago, and I did not know. I was like, okay, wait a minute, the spirit wants me really to have a look on it, because there still might be some issues, what are like some emotions which I still did not process from the past. And when I fall on the stairs, like that was my hip, both of my hips hurted so badly that I couldn't sit. And sit or stand or walk, do anything, and because of index finger I couldn't hoover, I couldn't like do like all the stuff in the house, I couldn't draw because I'm an artist, so it took me practically on a pause, and I had to really sit with it. And the thing was that it really felt like something I experienced already 15 years ago. I fell from the bicycle and I broke my wrist. That took me away from the drawing. And then I fall on the bicycle and I hit my hips. They moved and I was in a massive pain. So both of them absolutely related to what happened in that time. I was living in the time in Galway. which is a beautiful city. My heart was always crying for it for a long, long time, because it was I always say it was the best part of my life so far. Like, I left that time, and I couldn't get over it for a long, long time. So I had to really have a look on what happened in that time that I still didn't process. I sort of forgot on it, or I got in peace with it, but I didn't see the underlying emotional stuff, which I probably kind of more put aside. I probably didn't made a peace with it, but I put it aside. Yeah, I think we just leave it there. I put it aside. So what I find out, I reached to my friend and I asked her for a reading. And I was asking her about something else, but it came out that I had some cords in my hip, energetic cords, to a certain person, which I met in that time. And I didn't even know I have it. And then I had some cords in the back, which I didn't even really know I do have it. And if I was probably doing the yoga, I would probably just strip it off. But because I was really cut down, because I fell on the stairs, I couldn't do it. So I had to use a different way how to deal with it. And now, right now, I am having another ailment, which came out, which I didn't have for about 8 years, I think. And I was quite shocked that it came out, it came back again. And I started again digging deep what it means for me, what I didn't process. Because how the emotions are always stored in the body, and the body tells you it creates pain. So the body is telling you, the body is talking to you. The body is very intelligent, and we are not really used to listening to those signals. We say, oh yeah, let's take a pill. I was like, typically if you tell a regular person that something happened to, they say, oh, I got a great painkiller, do you want it? And you say, oh, you don't get it. Like, it's not about killing the pain. You kill the pain once you understand what type of emotion is attached to it, like what it is. So you pay attention to what is showing up for you. If you have some ailments, if you are repeating some sort of pains, have a look on it, because there is always emotion behind it. And then I want to touch on that. My guides want me to tell that. Every emotions, what you have, there are emotions which are just on the surface. And under that are another emotions, which are more like, let's say there is a sadness. And under the sadness, it's anger. And under the anger, it's envy. So let's say I have one ailment right now, and I am waking up every day angry. And I'm constantly questioning why I'm angry. How is it possible? I'm not an angry person. So what I started doing was like, I ask my subconscious mind, my higher self, or your inner being, you name it, to show you what event caused you the anger. The first time, what made you really trigger, and then I got a couple of triggers coming in. I was like, wow, wait a minute. This is something, there's something. So I practically notice that my anger is related to, I get a friend and she's got amazing family. My subconscious mind told me or showed me how I got angry and how I got triggered about 10 years ago when I returned from Christmas. My Christmas was absolute disaster, because I am coming from a family which is which has got tons of drama. There was alcohol abuse. It have been always a pain in the butt to going home. So I came from Christmas, and we met, and she was all, oh, it was amazing, we did this and we did that and ta. And I got angry. It triggered me. And But first I experienced a massive envy because I wanted to have a family like that. That made me angry that I don't have a family like that. And then that made me very sad. So I was practically being always a very sad person because of that. So my anger, which is showing up right now for me, is because of that. And then my friend, or my ex-boyfriend, actually texted me, Hana, how are you? I absolutely hate the question, how are you? And I remember it triggered the heck out of me. And I was like, wait a minute, this is related to the same event I have with my friend about a family. Because I practically did not experience the happy family thing, like the harmonious family, like when just the beauty of like the connection with your parents, and I don't have that. I never experienced it, and that made me very sad. And then it made me, that's very sad. Then there is anger, and then it's envy in there. But why is that? You have to find the way to deal with these emotions, which all are rooted in the lack of love, all right, or lack of harmony in the family, lack of, it's always a lack. There is a trauma, but how the emotions work is like you have to deal with this pain in the body, emotional stuff. It's not gonna just disappear like that. Just that you see it. They say you see it, release it, that's it, it's gone. No, it doesn't work that way. When you find the event, what caused you that, and you dig deep and you find practically, like let's say in my case that I didn't have the harmonious family, that I didn't experience it, and then I don't have it, and it made me sad, angry, and I was always jealous of the others that they have it and I don't have it. So the perspective is what matters. So you in the past, based on this experience, your mind created a perspective. And that is where you can get rid of the pain in the body and release the emotions really fully. You have to find the perspective. And once you find the perspective that you formed in that moment, then it's gone. And you stop to being angry. And it happened to me today morning that I sit down with it. I woke up and I got triggered. I got triggered by my partner. And there was no reason really. I just got so triggered and I got so angry. And so I removed myself from the situation and I sat with it. And I opened up the book and there was a beautiful explanation about how we believe in Santa Claus. And we believe that when you're gonna be a good girl, if you're wishing for the bicycle and you're gonna be a good girl, and then you're gonna get that bicycle from the Santa Claus, and then Christmas arrives, and then the gifts comes, and because you come from the luck, you're coming from the poor family, as I come from the poor family, you didn't get the bike. And then you see a boy who is next door, he's a jerk and he is bad, and he got a bike and he's driving happily his bicycle, and you start questioning all the stuff. Then you say the life is not fair. And that's what happened to me. I formed the perspective that the life is not fair. That it's not fair that the others are having a amazing family and having the amazing time, with their loved ones, and I don't have that. And so it's not fair. And then this perspective creates a reality loop. And because you're living in it for so long time that it becomes a background noise and you stop even noticing it. And every single thing in your life you do is kind of based on this. It's like it's a reality loop. It creates I don't know if I'm explaining. I hope I'm explaining it right. I hope you understand, guys. Bear with me. So to get rid of this ailment in the body, you have to find the perspective. First, you've got a pain in the body, there is an emotion behind it, so you go online, you check it. I don't know, it's a lag, it is related to this, an emotion, you know. So you find the emotions. There is a full list of how the emotions get stuck in the body. You can check it in the Google. It's very simple. So you go there, you see if it's showing up, if those emotions are showing up for you, then that means it is related to certain event in your life that created a perspective that you formed based on that event, and all your reality now is running on this loop. It's very important. It's like how you do a shadow work, but this is a little bit more, it's deeper. This is a deeper shadow work. And the moment you discover the perspective, you know that it's not true, obviously. And then the moment you discover it, all the wall falls and you're free. There is no anymore reality loop. You get like you quantum leap. We are always quantum leaping, you know, bit by bit by bit by bit. Every now moment we are quantum leaping. There is a big quantum leaps, but or there are big quantum leaps, but this is like, it's cool because like what happened today morning, that when I got so angry again and I was like, wait a minute, it's not right, there is no reason, like it's just stupid, and I just sat with it and I just write it all down. I just sit there, I really deconstruct it until I wrote down the triggers, what I had, I wrote down the emotions, I opened up the book that guided me actually to understand that the sadness what I was experiencing before past couple of days, and then the anger what was going with it afterwards, has nothing to do with what I am actually experiencing now. It does, but it's not really, you know. It is related to the past, and it's actually the envy I had to having such a harmonious upbringing, or the family that I wanted to have, which I never had. And that created the anger. And I could not sort of understand why is this constantly there. It is constantly there in my reality past 45 years, no matter what I do. And that shifted me just in that moment. When I deconstructed it, I found the triggers, I found put the puzzle pieces together, then I find out the perspective that I actually always had the perspective about the life, that the life is not fair. And I was living, this was my background noise. So, you know, life's not fair, life. So what I actually did was like, yeah, well, I chose this experience. And because I know that when you drop here, you choose your patterns, you choose the experience, the core experience that actually shapes you, then in the moment I was like, wow, I was blissed out practically. I honestly didn't even need to meditate on it. I just the realization, the aha moment I had when I just deconstructed all the emotions and pain and perspectives and how it's all related to certain event, that shifted me. So the anger is gone, like it's phenomenal. There's probably gonna be another angry moments I'm even gonna have that's gonna be related to something else, maybe, I don't know. But I was blissed out. It never happened to me such a like turnaround. Like you know, really good. So what is showing up for us, all of us right now, is this kind of fine-tuning. We are, we will be triggered like crazy because there is still certain perspective that we formed, and this all will be related to the childhood. I was seeing this video, I think it's from a Dr. Proctor, that he explains how we are formed, how we are products of our upbringing and of our environment, like the first 6 years, which brought for me another emotion, which is shame, because I got a daughter and I did not know this, and I was like, oh my god, I was suddenly so ashamed of myself that I did so much wrong those first 6 years with her. I suddenly saw all the wrongdoing I did, you know, like how you put your beliefs, it just goes inside of her mind and it shapes her, you know. So I suddenly felt ashamed, which is like interesting because like the pain I have is related to isolation, shame and anger. So I deconstructed the anger, and that's a kind of good middle finger, the anger. And then I was thinking like, how is it related to shame? Do I have the shame in there? Like, oh, the isolation, I was always a little bit like isolating myself, but I don't think that's related. I don't feel that it's related. So the shame definitely, I suddenly start to be ashamed that I did so many mistakes. But like, it's okay, you know, like, I mean, I'm not beating myself up or something like that. I'm over this period of beating myself up. It's more that there is this constant background things coming out like for us. So we're gonna be experiencing very subtle but massive shifts, you know. That's what we are practically experiencing right now, I would say, since the new year for sure. So pay attention to those, because there is gonna be millions of the triggers what are gonna be, your inner being is gonna try to address things that you did not address. We were talking with Anne, my friend, about like abandonment issues, and she was telling me a profound, like, found what she found, how we are abandoned by that when we are born. And we are swaddled into the blanket and put aside of the mother, and we don't feel the love. And I know that in Dolores Cannon books was written this experience of a person, she had a problem with the love, like kind of, I don't remember exactly what was the case, but she spoke about this pain she had when she dropped into the human form. And when she was born for the mother as a little baby, that the first thing she felt was cold and that there was no love, and she felt so miserable. And like what Anne was telling me, that her abandonment issues are practically coming from that time, because when we are swaddled and just put aside of the mother, when we not really, you know how it is in the hospitals, you know, that's because we are born in the hospitals. There is this kind of separation. The separation is starting already from the very, very, very young age, from the birth. And that's crazy. I would never think about it. And then there is how we attach to the material things, like a teddy, because the mother's not there all the time, or like there is not that. Now it's better, but in the past we are I'm a communistic kid, I'm a post-communistic kid. I grew up in lack and in the regimes, so I've got a massive, like, crazy experiences, like from because I'm coming from Czech Republic. But that was necessary for me, otherwise I would not be able to do this work what I'm doing now as a starseed. I'm a void worker. I I would not be able to see the consciousnesses like so clearly unless I did not have this experience. So I chose this experience and I'm perfectly fine with that now. But to arriving into that spot, like, you know, to deconstructing all the emotions and all these things, it takes a lot of work. The work starts here, you know. So yeah, I think the message we've got in here right now is that to paying really attention to what is coming up to the surface, because things are really boiling up. It's and we are asked, like all the star seeds and all the way showers are asked to really focus on themselves right now and just clean up all these little things what we still have lingering in the background, background noise we have to address. We have to have a look on it, all of us. And we should, the other message what came out like not ages, but like about a week ago was that we should stop wasting our energy and time and start focusing and getting busy with what we came here to do. And for me, I was put in my purpose work, I would say this year really. I took about a month off, 20 days, yeah. Today is 22nd, I think, isn't it? Yeah, around that time. I did a video the 30th of December, which I didn't post, but I'm gonna post it later. Usually my messages are like 2 weeks ahead. And I was put into my purpose work practically this year. I discovered I did something which I followed some intuitive stuff, like not the stuff. I followed some intuition. I said and I spit something into the face of someone which I shouldn't do it. I was trying to be gentle with it, but I probably overstepped the boundaries. I crossed the line probably, and that actually shifted me up and exposed me into my purpose work. And I didn't even know that there are differences in with the star seeds. There is something called Starseed Archetype, and there are 4 types of divine families, and they all carry different type of gifts, and all the star seeds that are incarnated in here belongs to one of those families. So we supposed to be focusing on certain work. Let's say I'm a void walker, so I cannot show you, it's a good one. And all these 4 families are working in a tandem, all together to form union and then form the new earth. So, you know, we don't need to disagree anymore. We're supposed to help each other. As a starseed, we're supposed to honor each other's truths. And I think that I would highly recommend everyone to get that book. It's called A Starseed Archetype. And there is a quiz. It's from Saoirse Claire McGovern. You will find it on my Instagram. I have there a link, or you will find it. It was written in 2020 to organize the star seeds actually, and I think it's profound because that really brought me for me. I finally stopped questioning the purpose, why I'm here, what I'm supposed to be doing. Because Void Walker, I will tell you, is it really nice here? It's how all those 4 families are forming this cosmic eye, and we are working in the harmony all together and spreading different type of frequencies all over the globe, and that brings the humanity to 5D. Like that's what we're doing. So we have to be doing the stuff in here first. Here, this is what matters. The other people are the same powerful as you are. Nobody is more powerful or less powerful. We all have those powers. All of us, we have the access to it. I think this is really profound material because it was written 2020. I never heard about it. And there are always like about the star family, about the key qualities, about the focus area of each family, because there are 4 types of families. I am from the family of diviners, and we are the conduits and the vessels and the elders. So there is a lot of, I think there is, each family has a 3 Starseed archetypes. There is ethereals, guardians, elementals, and diviners. That's all those 4 families. And I'm from the family of diviners, and I'm void walker. I am a bridge between the physical and the spiritual realm with keen ability to deeply see the truth of any situation. That's kind of like what catapulted me actually into this material. Because I spoke truth. I read my friend's frequency and I couldn't shut up. I should. I think I should just shut up. But that's actually written there as well, that I have to learn how to communicate these things properly. And I know that I often overstep the boundaries. So if she's listening this, I'm really sorry that I did that. But I did that on the purpose because it shifted us both. I know it shifted her as well. Even though I hurt her, I just didn't want it to really. I should be more gentle. But that's what I've been doing. I will be the pain in the butt, and I will be spitting the truth into people's faces, and that's what I came here to do. I will be the trigger. I'm still getting used to it. First, I was quite shocked that I did that quiz about 5 times just to make sure that I'm the right archetype, because I resonate as well with one more archetype, because I like the channeling. But I channel more art. Art is like, I know it's channeled. And so a lot of us will be put in the work. I know that most of us are gonna be right now, we are learning how to do our work. I mean, the star seeds and light workers and way showers that started showing up last year, slowly, surely, that we came here to do our work. And I had a couple of people reaching out to me to doing the reading for them, and it was always every single person was different, but they were all star seeds. It's a kind of funny thing. And they all experienced shifts, which I'm so glad, and it really made me happy that I shifted them. I noticed that I shift people's frequency. I'm sharing I shift them up a little bit. And I remember that even the girl who is in here, in the village I'm living, she's a Reiki healer. And every time we meet, she always say, "Oh my God, there is this transition always happening with you." And I feel it. I feel that it's not even me sometimes talking. It's like something's coming through me, the connection I have with the higher realms is really strong. I don't need to, I just close my eyes, I'm there, and my third eye is constantly pulsing. I feel and when I talk, it's the only time my throat doesn't hurt. Otherwise, I'm constantly having some stuff coming through. But the other thing is that I work in the night. I think this is for me the hardest part to accept, because I knew that I work in the night somewhere in the void. void, you know, with the disassembling the matrix. I know that, and it made me very tired, and it's very challenging for me to function actually as a parent and as in a 3D in general, because I'm a void walker. So yeah, it's a great one. So I highly recommend, if you are a Starseed, I highly recommend to read this material, the Starseed Archetype, because it will clear your mission. You will stop kind of being lost, because it doesn't matter where you're coming from as a Starseed. What matters is what you came here to do. And I know that the guides were nudging me to say that before, to all the way showers, to start showing up and start doing the missions. But we get lost with what is out there. Oh, this guy's doing Reiki and the tarot cards, or this, and then this one is a channeler, or, you know, we didn't really know how to approach it. We don't really know, we do know it's inside of us, but we get kind of lost with what's out there. And when we're comparing ourselves to, oh, we're not doing it right, or we're not doing enough, or I should be doing it this way. And then you've got the models which are there, like, all right, okay, I'm gonna be a Reiki healer, so I am gonna follow this type of structure. And even though I know people who are doing hypnosis, but they are channelers as well, which is amazing, and they combine this, and that's phenomenal, like how they are helping the clients. You know, there is never really just a model to follow. Let's say, even though this one, you know, it's a channeled material as well, and it's great. It's definitely great. It will give you really the mission map. It will help you to navigate, and that shifted me a lot, because I spoke the truth, and which was very uncomfortable, because she is one of my closest friends. But I always kind of spoke the truth, which was very uncomfortable for me and for the others especially. So yeah, so pay attention, guys, to what is showing up for you physically, emotionally. We are still clearing. The main message here is paying attention to the background noise and really sit with it and deconstruct it. I will probably do and pay attention, like, as I said, first there is certain experience which you have. Second, okay, first there is experience. Second, you form certain perspective about it. Then emotions are following, and then it become your kind of, if it's constantly the same, you constantly happening to being in that situation over and over and over again, then it becomes your background noise. And that's what we are clearing right now. It's not that it's like it was probably there for a really long time, and you didn't see it, and I was trying to clear anger many times, and this time it was just, wow, it shocked me how easy it was. So you have to find the event and the perspective. It's not just about what emotions are showing up for you. You have to dig deeper. So this is what we're gonna be doing. We have to clean this up, and I think the main message is out, and I think that's it. I'm gonna see you next time again. I will have to show up more often. The guys want me to show up 3 times a week, so I will try to do that. You probably, just in case you don't know who I am, I'm Hana. Just I forgot to mention it. Yeah, I'm a Hana, and I'm a void walker. Yeah. So I'll be showing a little bit more, and I will be a little bit hitting the helping you to clean up the energy field, I would say. Yeah. But you can do it yourself, you know. I would be more triggering the heck out of you or bringing some messages that shift you up. And yeah, the energy transmission practically. Yeah, kind of the messages from the guides. Whoa, wow, I am just kind of surprised it was a 40 minutes and I talked. Wow, I should probably use the mantra more often. Okay, guys. Oh, I forgot to check out the cup, the message in the cup. Wow, it's beautiful. I will photograph it and I put it on Instagram. It's a really pretty image, actually. I never saw this one in the cup before. Yeah. Okay, guys, be good. Dig deep. I feel way lighter this year, honestly. I thought it's gonna be way harder, even though what's happening out there is no fun. And but I'm usually blissed out. Like, you know, you're in a good place, even though the world is collapsing out there. We have to hold the light. I know I had a really great experience with a taxi driver. You know, we are on the lockdown, everything is closed, there is only regular shops are open, and you have to wear a mask everywhere you go. They don't even open up the door for you, and it was phenomenal. I called the taxi and you know, like I ran everything is working out for me all the time. The taxi driver, I know him a little bit, Joe, he's brilliant. And he didn't have the mask, and I was like, oh, you my guy. And he says, come on, Hana, come in. I was like, oh, I didn't have to wear the mask, and I was taking a taxi. It was great. And we had a great chat about like how he's sick about all the stuff out there. Like, and all my taxi drivers I took, they are so amazing. I'm so amazed how do people actually start feeling and seeing the BS behind all the, I don't want to say the names out loud because, you know, it creates a frequency. And, you know, the thing. So, because we've got it quite big in here. Yeah, it was great. Like, I have to say that I have a really good time, actually, even though the world is collapsing. So yeah, guys, be good, dig deep, strip the heck out of you, because that's what we need to do anyway. And yeah, it was kind of short, long message. Okay, namaste, my friends. I see you next time. Bye. Take care.